live. Well, somebody in here is saying that I'm live. But I am going. Welcome back to Jory Sports Stories. I'm your host Jory, and on today's little live edition of the show, why can't I find my notes? Lord. Okay. So in today's little live edition on the show, I literally just wanted to kind of get everything off my chest. I know I have not been on active on my channel for very long. For a minute. In all honesty, it's literally because of this and life. My mental health be everywhere. I be straight. But it's mainly about the first reason why I didn't want to be on camera is because I fell, passed out, and bust my chin open. Hi, Kyle. What's up? The second reason, life. But because I am back and I am here, we're going to go ahead and get this started. Now, let's talk about some of the recent things that's been going on before I get into the recaps and everything. I don't know what's going on. Actually, I know exactly what's going on with Minnesota. Minnesota was a good team that beat Denver. Let's not kid ourselves with that. They were very good, but they literally used all of their energy. What's up? To beat Denver. So this flat Minnesota is catching, it's well deserved, but it's not really anything that we haven't said about Minnesota before. Like years ago. Because we've seen Karl-Anthony Towns for about 10 seasons. I'm 23. He's been playing since, that is true. They're not playing smart down the stretch. They're turning the ball over, and then Cat decides he wants to play like he's my size. I'm 5'3", by the way. Instead of playing like he's 7 feet tall. Rudy's never been efficient on offense. So I don't know why people are expecting that. It's like he made one turnaround jumper, and people expect him to do that game in and game out. Rudy Gobert is good for an occasional bucket. Also, there's times of you cannot play Rudy Gobert. So that's literally his two extremes. Got it? So it was like, and then you have Cat. And when you have Anthony Edwards, who's not necessarily shooting well, even though he did play a little bit better yesterday. He did play better yesterday. And Naz Reid played the game of his career, and it meant nothing. Oh, yeah, they do keep putting Rudy in bad situations, and I hate it. Because in what world do you let Rudy get by himself with Luka? In what world does that make sense? You keep putting him in these situations where he can't win, and now he's getting posterized game in and game out. Well, not posterized. Y'all know what I'm saying. True. And they're not doing that. So it's the players or it's the coaching. I'm thinking Chris Finch is having a little bit of a brain fart, but they need to figure something out. Because when I watched the Timberwolves last night, because I was able to sit and watch the game a little bit. When I watched the Timberwolves last night, it literally looked like what I saw with the Pacers. Like the Pacers minus Halliburton. They could not play any better than that. Could not. It is a combo of both. They could not play any better than what they played without that first game without Halliburton. And they still lost. And the body language of both of these teams is kind of poor. Minnesota, their ants trying to talk some life in them. But the Pacers are done. Oh, yeah. Pacers just happy to be there. Putting on for Indianapolis. They just happy to be there. They don't play defense. I knew they wasn't going to go to the finals. They don't play defense. And when you have say for an example, if they were to squeak by and beat Boston, and you have Dallas on the other end, are they stopping that? Hell no. No. So I'm like, with Minnesota, back to Minnesota, we saw cracks of this, their first game, that series versus Memphis. We saw cracks of whatever we saw. And then they've gotten to a certain level. It sure is. The Timberwolves have gotten to a certain level, and they fizzle out, and we're seeing it again. So my biggest question, I'd have a lot more faith in winning Game 4 because let me reread. I read that too fast. I have more faith in the Timberwolves winning a Game 4. They at least have their best player. Pacers can't play no better than that without Halliburton, and they still lost. I feel like if the Timberwolves could clean up some of those decisions from the players and from the coach, and actually make their shots, they can win Game 4. But asking Cat to win a closeout game is asking a lot. It sure is not. It sure is not. Because now they got their hands full. And when they said that, when they responded to both of them, I'm like, they don't realize they have their hands full dealing with Kyrie and Luka. And PJ Washington, because I saw they should have just paid attention to what Dallas did to the Oklahoma City Thunder, another young team at that point. Now, you can say PJ Washington is young. He is, but he's experienced. You could say Gafford is what he is. Gafford had a triple single yesterday. And so did Rudy, but who was more effective? Who sat on the bench for most of the game? They definitely are. And when you have people like, you might be able to clamp down a Luka, you might be able to clamp down a Kyrie. But when you have PJ Washington and Derek Lively and Gafford going off, even though Gafford is not a scorer, he's not gonna pat the scoreboard. But Gafford, he plays hungry. He wants it. There's a reason why they traded for him, and there's a reason why they traded for PJ. Oh yeah, they're too close. If this is the part, for me, this might be the part of the season where being big might catch up to you. Of course, thank you. This is definitely, I feel like this is the series where being big and not necessarily athletic can hurt you. Because, like Nas Reed, he's big. Is he the most athletic thing in the world? No. Karl Anthony Towns is just somebody who's 5'3" cosplaying as somebody who's 7 foot tall. Ant is pretty solid. Rudy is just long with long feet. Yeah. But like this is the right time, wrong time to be old and slow. The other old and slow team is already sitting at home. And I'm not talking about the Lakers. I'm talking about the Bucks. Old and slow does not get you anywhere. He shoots 1,500 shots a day. Oh, so Minnesota really ain't going nowhere then. Because does he realize he's going to have to cut that back to save some of his arm? So his arm isn't just fatigued? He's going to have to cut that back. If you want a title, I understand the 1,500 shots. Right? But it's playoff time. You need your arms. And he's going to keep shooting. Good for him. He's going to shoot their ass back to the house. Back to Minnesota. And they won't be going back to Dallas. That's exactly what he's going to do. So, Karl Anthony Towns, good luck. Because that's not conducive to winning a championship. Getting 1,500 shots a day during the playoffs is not conducive to winning a championship. You need rest. You need to make sure your arms are fine, that they're not fatigued. And then you also need to play your size. Too many times I've seen Karl in this series not want to be physical. Is that something we've forgot? No. Karl has been Karl for about 10 years. So, I don't expect anything brand new from him. At all. Next, let's see. I forgot my topics. Well, no, I did not forget my topics. I forgot my topics list. But, hold on. Let me pull that up. Because now I'm just going to talk about the NBA playoffs. Because now I got to feel like what I'm going to say is literally going to backtrack us to round one. Because if you look at the series before this series, which is Denver, Minnesota. Denver's role players showed out in about 2 games. In about 3 games. Jokic was doing most of that. And they shut Jokic down. They made Jokic look like, for the most part, they did make Jokic look a little pedestrian. I will say that. But once they got into the mind of Jamal Murray, who is a little fragile, it was game over for the Nuggets. Series over. Once they got in Jamal Murray's head, it was over. They can't get in Luka and Kyrie's head like they do. Like they did with Denver. They can't get in their heads. One, Luka is a gnat himself. Looking at people and smiling like that. Boy. And Kyrie just don't care. He just want to hoop. I mean, he cares, but... Oh, yeah, Michael Porter Jr. definitely did a disappearing act. But considering everything he's gone through, that series particular, I don't blame him. Because his dumbass brothers made him look bad. You got one going to jail, and you got one who's banned from the NBA. His brothers made him look bad. I am not finna sit here on the internet and lie. He was going through a lot. I don't blame Michael Porter Jr. for disappearing. He went through a lot. But at the same time, it was your chance to show up. You did it versus the Lakers, but you didn't show up versus the Timberwolves. That says more about the Lakers than it does about the Nuggets. But I'm not going to go there today, even though we do have some Laker talk in store. But Michael Porter Jr. disappeared. Aaron Gordon, where was he during that season? During that series? Nowhere. I knew they were gonna miss Bruce Brown. What really plagued Denver is they didn't have a bench. The Lakers exposed it, but the Lakers had so many flaws offensively, and with D'Angelo Russell playing selective defense, and Darvin Ham and the whole that whole hot mess that is the Los Angeles Lakers, that deserves its own segment. I'm gonna get into that. But that's his own segment. The Lakers exposed Denver not having a bench. Actually, Denver's lack of a bench has been a problem for them most of the season. There's a reason why they didn't get the number 1 seed again. The reason why they stripped the they went down to 3. And because of the bench. So the more I think about the playoffs, I'm like, this really. I'm like, we really had that series. We had that series. When I say we, you know what team in purple and gold I'm talking about. We had that series. But because my team has the inability to close out games and to hold a lead, Oh, they can't just get on us about blowing a 20-point lead. The Nuggets blew a 20-point lead too and lost. How about them apples, Mr. Malone? I was waiting on his ass to get eliminated. Oh, smug face. I can't stand him. He's loud. He's loud and obnoxious when they're winning. But when they're losing, and they lose in embarrassing fashion, is don't ask me that dumbass question. You're a basketball coach, not a professional assassinator. We pay you to coach and answer the questions correctly. Don't be a Staley and get sassy with the reporters because you didn't do your job. Dumbass questions. It's the same energy as, why would you even ask me that? From Brandon Staley. Same energy. Because you know you didn't do your job correctly. Anyway, if we're going to go into the East, because I do have a lot to say about the East. Now, look, I can say that I called the Bucks going home in the first round. I called that because they were right for a first round exit. 1, their coach. 2, Giannis was hurt. 3, they're old and slow. The Pacers ran laps around them, if we're going to be completely honest. And now the Pacers are being ran around. What? That's neither here nor there. The Knicks, they played the Pacers pretty tough, if we're going to be completely honest. They should have won that series. But because you only have 1 or 2 people that can create their own shot, and Tom Thibodeau likes to run the crap out of his players, that you kind of get a little bit of that. Actually, not a little bit, a lot of it of that. He runs the crap out of his players, which means when you need them the most, they're probably going to be hurt. And I understand old school coaching, right? I get it. You're going to play if you can play. At the same time, don't you know that you need your stars for key moments, and maybe playing them for 50 minutes a game is not conducive to winning a championship? Huh? Thibodeau's been doing this all of my life. Almost all my life. And he's not going to change, but he has this team ready to compete. They need somebody else that can make their own shot selection. 1, because when I look at the Knicks play, seeing that the only person that can really create their own shot is a Jalen Brunson. Mind you, everybody else feeds off of him. You need another shot creator. You do. Because if Jalen Brunson can't facilitate and get people the ball, your offense is going to stagnate. And then, now we're going to talk. The Pacers are literally just here for long. They can shoot the ball. That's why they're here. They can shoot. They can score. They can't play defense worth a damn. So, that's the only reason why they're here is because they can shoot and run up and down the Oh no, they don't just need help. They need another shot creator. They need health. They need another piece and an actual true. Yeah, it's not just health for them. They need another shot creator. And then when we talk about the Pacers, they have multiple people that can create their shot, but they don't have multiple people that can defend very well. Pascal Siakam is one of the best defenders on that team. Don't nobody else try hard enough. And now we have where we are with the Celtics. Now, I will say, because I might make some Lakers fans mad, because I feel like I have to defend the Celtics. I am a Lakers girl. I bleed purple and gold. But I'm also a very objective person. And how the media has been doing Boston this entire playoff run has been nothing but an absolute load of crap. because they've been ripping on Jason Tatum all postseason. For years they've been ripping on Jason Tatum for postseason in the postseason. He got his good one the last time, right? They've been ripping that man years because of that finals versus the Warriors. Do they not realize the Warriors got hot at the right time? Because the Warriors weren't even supposed to make that championship run. Really, that year was probably supposed to be Memphis, considering the jaw hype around that year. The Warriors weren't even supposed to win that. So the fact weren't even supposed to be there. They got hot at the right time. The fact that Boston struggled with a hot Golden State says nothing about Jason Tatum. I guess, yes, he had a rough series. But when we're talking about the Boston Celtics, I want people to understand, you can't just go at their star players and free for all. I don't give a damn if they like Mazzulla. Mazzulla is a pretty decent head coach. He's coming into his own. Y'all can't just fault this whole goddamn team because they have the front office that is an actual functional, not dysfunctional front office that puts the pieces around the team so that if Jason is off, JB's going to carry. If JB is off, they got somebody else. They went and built this team up specifically so they can go to the finals, right? And they went without this team. The team changed. What happened? They changed. They got more pieces. Now it's to the point where it's just a load of crap. Why are we punishing Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? Because Brad Stevens and the ownership of the Celtics have built this team pretty immaculately. They have depth, they have youth, they have a good blend of youth and experience. They have the bench, and they have a coach coming into his own. Mazzulla's a decent coach. He ain't the best, but he's a lot better. I ain't got no head coach right now. How about that? I don't have a head coach right now. And Mazzulla, on his second full stint, he finna go to the finals. What? And Boston has been catching unnecessary heat for I get so sick and tired of hearing about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown not doing this and not doing that. And they want to split them up. Split who up? Because I think that if you went to Boston and mentioned splitting up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they would jump you. I'm not kidding. They would probably jump you. I'm talking about the Celtics fans. And I know a few. But the way those two play off of each other, then you have Derek White, who's coming to his own ever since he cut his hair off. And then you have Kristaps Porzingis coming back. Al Horford, he deserves a ring. That man, from watching him, how he handled his Hawks stint and everything else, that man deserves a ring. Exactly. So why in the world are we literally dogging Jason Tatum and Brown? Mainly Jason Tatum, even though Jaylen Brown, he's a snub. He's been snubbed a few times, right? Jason Tatum is Jason Tatum gets dogged because he doesn't have to be the one that carries the ball who scores 45 points. No, if he knows somebody's hot, he's the type of person to facilitate, make sure that person gets their touches. And when it's his time to be a dog, it's going to be his time. People forget that. They forget that when it comes out for this team. Yeah, and the Pacers definitely going home because Halliburton is not playing in Game 4 either. They finna go home. I just feel like I had to speak on that because then you have flip-flopping ass Kendrick Perkins. Oh, Jason Tatum, this, da-da-da-da. And I knew Jason Tatum was that. Pick a side and shut up. You have Stephen A. Smith who wants to be loud and wrong about anything else other than his Knicks. Who else been getting on my goddamn dang nerve? Mainly them two. Because I'm like, you wouldn't have to change your opinion so much if you were actually realistic when you say stuff the first time. If you were objective when you said stuff the first time. Mind you, I will give Perk his credit. He's been right about Jalen Brunson. But that's another thing I want to go in about. With Jalen Brunson being a Knick, he is definitely going to get overrated. Because I'm like, he plays good defense. He makes his own shot. He throws up these dumbass shots at times, you know. It is what it is. But he's not the best thing walking since sliced bread. Stop acting like that. Did I tell you all the breaking news? I sure did. I probably slipped that in there. Tyrese Halliburton is out for game 4. Boston info. That's the one thing I wanted to say about that. Hold on. Let me pull up my, no, I'm trying to pull up. Oh, yeah. And they're like, right, Kyle, because they're doing the exact same thing with Anthony Edwards. Mind you, I love me some Anthony Edwards. He got that flow in him, for real. That man is from Atlanta. I'm from here. Where is my other thing? Back to what I was saying. And he's got that swagger to him. He's gonna talk his mess. And it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. You're gonna hear something coming out of his mouth. That's what I do appreciate about Anthony Edwards. He's gonna say something. But the comparisons to Michael Jordan have got to stop. Mind you, I'm not even old enough to see Jordan play. But I know that's got to stop. Jordan is considered a GOAT for a reason. Stop comparing that man. Right? Hold on. I'm pulling up my topics. So I can stay on track and don't start rambling. Anthony Edwards. They're doing the same thing with him too. But I talked about Minnesota. They're doing the same thing too. That's why the NBA media has been very aggravating for this postseason. I will say that. Am I wrong? They've been very annoying. Like, we're sitting here focusing on I'm finna hard left. I have ADHD, so I'm finna go hard left because I got something I really want to say. And I didn't get to say it when it happened because this and life. But I will say, in round 2 of the playoffs, and Rudy Gobert got a $75,000 fine for flashing a sign at the officials. And Jamal Murray threw a heating pack and a towel on the court and got $100K. We didn't want to suspend him because it's the playoffs. Who gives a damn? He threw something on the court that could have tore somebody's groin or something. He should have been suspended. And that's why they won game 4, because they know Jamal Murray shouldn't have been playing. Had he did that during the regular season, he probably would have got a few games. And he probably would have got a fine. And the fine thing is another thing that really pissed me off. Because if you're going to give me Rudy for $75K for this, Jamal's fine should have been $500,000. $500,000. Because he didn't do the shit just once. He did it twice. One, he threw a towel. He didn't think that it wasn't heavy enough the first time. He was clearly trying to hit the ref, and he only got a $100,000 fine. Because it's the playoffs. Silver dropped the ball on that one. Because now you're going to enable a little spoiled ass brat like Jamal Murray to do some other tantrum stuff like that. And he didn't even want to address it like a brat. Like an entitled brat. Ask me a basketball question. What is with y'all sassy people not wanting to ask a question that's relevant? That was a basketball question. It happened during a basketball game. You threw a heating pack on the basketball court when they were playing. That's a basketball question, fool. That was another thing that pissed me off during this whole playoffs. That right there. Because I'm like, that was not fair. At all. And that's the main reason why Denver is at home. What else? Oh, the schedule. Let's talk about the NFL schedule, because I got an issue with that too. I really do. You see, once you see the paper start flying, you know I'm finna have something to say. Because here's the thing. When it comes to the NFL schedule, you know, I want parity. I don't want to see one goddamn team on prime time all the time. So, let's look at this. Who has no primetime games? The Panthers. Who has one? You have the Colts, Patriots, Cardinals, Titans. As the resident Titans fan, one primetime game, knowing that there's a Will Levis on the field, knowing the moves we made this offseason, we can't even get 3. I'm not asking for 4 or 5. I'm asking for 3. I think with what the Titans have done this offseason, with getting Calvin Ridley, giving Chibude Awuzie, drafting Tavondre Sweat, and drafting J.C. Latham, and going to get L'Jarius Sneed, I think that is worth at least 3 primetime games, but one. Where did that make sense at? Anyway, 2. The Vikings, Raiders, Commanders, Broncos, Jaguars. Now, if we only got 1, the Broncos only should have got 1. The Raiders damn sure should have only got 1. And so is the Commanders. If my team is only going to get 1 primetime game, you better put the Broncos, the Raiders, and the Commanders in that 1-team tier 2. Because they ain't doing on nothing. 3 primetime games. The Bears, the Giants, the Cardinals, the Saints. This group, no. I would say that I get the Bears. I don't give a damn about Caleb Williams or the number 1 overall pick. We got him week 1. I hope they knock his ass on his ass. Because I'm so sick and tired of hearing about Caleb Williams. I hope they knock him on his butt. Not gonna lie. But the fact that they give the Bears 3 primetime games just because of Caleb Williams and because of the moves my team has made, we can't even get 3. We got to be stuck to 1. I got a problem with this. Clearly, 4. You got the Texans, Steelers, Bucks, Seahawks, Falcons, and Browns. What the hell did the Bucks do to get 4 primetime games? Mind you, they played in a soft-ass division, and the only reason why they won is because the Falcons started falconing early. That's funny. But, and the Browns. Why in the absolute hell do I want to see Cleveland 4 times on primetime? I don't want to watch a weirdo. This ain't TCAP. 5 primetime games. You got the Chiefs, Bills, Packers, Lions, Bengals, Ravens, Eagles, Dolphins, Rams. To the schedule maker. I don't want to see the the Rams on prime time more than 3 times a year. I damn sure don't want to see the Ravens. The Dolphins, I don't want to see them. Lions, yeah. And I'm sick and tired of seeing the damn Bills. I don't think they're going to be that good. And then you got the 6-pointers. 6-pointers. The Eagles were on their way out. Anyway, they backslid. The Eagles literally backslid into the playoffs. Sorry. They did. And then you got just 6 primetime games. Listen, because now I'm mad. You got the Jets, 49ers, and Cowboys. Riddle me this. Who in the hell wants to watch the Jets on prime time for 6 games? Who wants to watch that? Why are they forcing the New York Jets and that smug little... and that smug Kurt Cobain wannabe quarterback that they have? Who wants to watch that all year? Why are they shoving that down their throats? And then you have the schedule maker who says they owe them one, which was very inappropriate to say, because now it makes you question the integrity of who's making the goddamn schedules. It's not damn fair. You have teams with young talent who deserve to be showcased. I don't, and anybody else in the world, well, no. Now, they could be a deep-running playoff team, but I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. Man, I want Aaron Rodgers to shut the hell up. Just shut up. Like, nobody wants to see the Jets fall on their faces for 6 times throughout the NFL season. Nobody wants to see that, because I promise you, they're going to have more than 6 losses. Because that offensive line is still improving. Nobody, I promise you, the times that y'all have given the Jets for prime times, you could have given some of that shit to goddamn Will Levis. You could have given it to Anthony Richardson. And I'm not even supposed to be lobbying for the Colts. Bump them. But there's young talent around this league that deserve to be showcased. And then you have, because the Jets always won, you want to put this little smug-ass 40-year-old down our throats for 6 primetime games. That's not fair. And the fact that they said that makes you question the integrity of how they're making the schedules. Because they're not being fair. They have little biases. Oh, they did this. It's so catty. Why? Like, my biggest issues with the scheduling that you clearly just heard my Aaron Rodgers, what I feel about the Jets and getting 6 to 7 primetimes game. The primetime game disparity is pathetic. You're shoving the same suspects. Mind you, when are we going to get tired of watching the Cowboys fail? Newsflash, they're no longer America's team. They can go and be Mexico's team. I don't give a damn. I'm sick and tired of watching the Cowboys. I'm tired. Get rid of Dak and go be in the gutter where they belong. Because they haven't done anything since my mama was 21 years old. I wasn't born yet. And I will say, I think that the Buccaneers deserve a easier schedule. Mind you, they have how many games? They have 4 primetime games, but they got the easiest schedule in the NFL. One of the easier ones. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got the 5th easiest. So why are they getting 4 primetime games if you're going to set their schedule up like that? Why? For winning the division? For beating the Eagles who limped into the goddamn playoffs? And then, I will agree with this. The Cleveland Browns deserve all the hard schedules in the world. I want to see that quarterback of them that really shouldn't be playing for Cleveland, who needs to be on TCAP. I want to see him on his butt. Look. And then I did my little ranking system, you know. The top toughest schedules and the top easiest are as follow. The toughest. You got Cleveland. You got Cleveland, you got Baltimore, you got Pittsburgh, you got the Packers. Why does Pittsburgh have a really tough schedule? I understand that the AFC North is a very hard actually it really is a hard division. Not gonna lie. But they haven't shown worthy to get a third ranked schedule. I mean, I guess they got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, but I don't know how that's gonna go. And then you have the Giants, which is the blip. Actually, I'm not even gonna question it. They could have gave the Giants the first the hardest schedule in the league, and I would have been happy with it. The Giants fans are nauseating, they're insufferable, they're annoying, they don't know when to shut up, and they wish for bad blood on people, and I don't like that. So I get why they have a hard schedule. I like that. The Bills, the Patriots. Now, considering what the Patriots were last year, why do they even have a top 10 schedule? Sorry, Kyle, I had to say it. Why? Is it because of the division? Let me pull it up. Hold on. I'm going to pull this up right now. Don't be slow. Can we not be slow? Okay. Preseason. So game 1, they have the Bengals. I know that the Patriots and my Titans meet up week 9. I will call a dub for my team. They have the Bengals week 1. They have the Seahawks week 2, and then they turn around 4 days later, and play the Jets. Way to screw Gerard Mayo, NFL. Then they have 10 days rest before they play the 49ers, and then they play the Dolphins, then they play the Texans, then the Jaguars. So does the whole entire AFC East and the AFC South play each other? Because if that's what it is, why would they do this? Because why are they playing the Jets? Wait a minute. Listen to this. Because they're going from Dolphins, Texans, Jags, Jets to my Titans. That is cuckoo. Then they get the Bears. That's cuckoo. I'm not digging that. Because, they set up Gerard Mayo to fail. And then they get the Bears, then they get the Rams, then they get the Dolphins, then they get the Colts, the Cardinals, the Bills, Chargers, and the Bills. So the fact that they're playing the Bills twice in 3 weeks is really stupid. I mean, I get it because I know what my schedule looks like, and I know I play Houston at least twice in the final month of the season, but they're not giving Gerard Mayo any grace with this schedule. Okay, that's what I'm thinking, because I'm like, them 3 games make me think like the whole AFC East is going to end up playing the AFC South. I don't think they deserve a tough schedule. They were horrible last year. They had a dinosaur of a head coach that they didn't want to let go, but they finally let go. They ruined Mac Jones, and I don't think they deserve the toughest schedule, because they're rebuilding. They're trying to rectify their mistakes. The Jaguars, why did y'all give them a tougher schedule? Huh? If Trevor Lawrence is the golden pony boy that people like to think, why did he get a tougher schedule? Hold on. Wait a minute. So they start off with the Dolphins. I feel like they should have started off with the Bengals. And if you really wanted to rub it in their face, they should have had Houston week 2. And I feel like they could have given them the Eagles week 3. See, if it was me, I am screwing the Jags. They're not getting no division. If it was up to me, the Jaguars would not get division games until the middle of the season. Good luck. Because they have the Dolphins, Browns, Bills, Texans, which I wasn't very far off of, if we're going to be completely honest. I said week 2. They got them week 4, I think. Then they have the Colts, Bears, the Patriots, Packers, Eagles, Vikings, Lions. Why couldn't they play the Lions week 1? I would love to see the Lions. That could have been a nice cat battle. That would have been nice. And I know that they play us 21 days apart. But, that's neither here nor there. And then the Raiders. Now, why do the Raiders have a difficult schedule? Because they play in a difficult conference because Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes. Mainly because of Patrick Mahomes. Herbert, he has the arm talent. He ain't there yet. His team is dysfunctional as well. Now, and I don't think they're setting up Antonio Pierce to do well. Why is my lights going off? Sorry. My lights are on a timer. So sometimes they do go off like that. Can't say it won't happen again. No, it won't happen again because I'm 50 minutes in. So the next time it happens again, I'm probably going to end up getting up out of here. The easiest schedule. You got the Saints, the Falcons, Panthers. Now, you know how bad a division has to be for 3. Harbaugh should bring stability to the Chargers. But they lost a lot of pieces, and I know that they've drafted pretty well, but you don't know how much those pieces are going to... You don't know how much those pieces are going to... You don't know how much those pieces are going to... Shoot. My light going off really just messed me up. But you don't know how much those pieces are going to merge, who's going to work, who's going to not. I don't know who their draft class is. I'm very confident in my own draft class because I'm loving it. But, yeah. But the fact that their division was so damn sorry that 3 of the teams in there got easy schedules and the only one who don't is the Buccaneers. Wait. All 4 of them got the easy schedules. Damn it. And the only one that, that division was a cakewalk. The fact that the Falcons choked that division away the way that they did, that's only the thing that the Falcons can do. Mind you, if you gave the Titans a division lead like that, we're not losing that. Not gonna lie. So the easiest goes from Saints, Falcons, Panthers. Then we have the Bears. Make it easy on the Rook, huh? Buccaneers, Chargers. The Chargers really haven't shown anything to prove why they got why they need a harder schedule. They're getting out of the Brandon Staley era. So they got some work to do. The Cardinals, I bet they regret paying Kyler Murray. And I'm not being shady. I bet they have some regrets with dealing with that. Not even just paying him. I feel like they have regrets on how they dealt with his whole contract situation. Then you have Seattle. And then Miami, which is interesting because Miami having an easy schedule, considering their division, might not be too bad of an idea for them. But their thing is they need to get home field advantage, which means they need to win all of their games, which is not going to happen. Period, point blank. And then, my team at number 10. I'm not complaining about my schedule. I'm just so sick and damn tired of seeing the Bengals every year. And the Chargers. Hold on. Let me pull it up. No, because it's not fair. I might sound like a whiny little kid right now, but I get so sick and tired of seeing these teams. The Chargers, the Bengals, and luckily we don't play them this year. The damn Bills. Oh, I'm about there with the Packers too. Because I've seen them a lot in the past few years as well. I'm about there too. But until we make that leap of faith and play better for more consistently, we probably will be stuck with those teams. Not gonna lie. I don't like it. But if we're gonna look at this, because I've gotten into a little discussion about where my team would end up. And because there was a little stupid ass graphic that said my team was going to be 2-15, I went clean off. Now, looking at the schedules, and I don't have them side by side right now, but looking at the schedule, my team is not going to win 2 games. They're going to win more than 2. They're not going to lose 15 damn games. There are people, when you make graphics that stupid, I will tell you, you're not even accounting for people's pride to go out like that. And the fact that my team was the only 2-15 damn team on that goddamn graphic was a load of crap. Because the Ravens are 12-5. Mind you, they lost Patrick Queen. They lost what's his face. They lost some pieces, and the only thing they've got to recruit for it is Derrick Henry in free agency. Good luck with that. Good luck. You better be able to. You better hope Lamar Jackson can be more consistent with placing the ball where it needs to go and on time with his throws. They sure did lose a couple of coaches. Actually, their corners coach is now my defensive coordinator. They say just about anything to cope with the fact that they might have blown their best chance at a Super Bowl. Just saying dumb stuff. Like my team gonna be last in the division. There's a reason why I hate the Ravens. And it's because of their fans. Their fans are objectively, they're unobjective. They're unrealistic. They're homers. They don't see anything from anybody else's perspective. If you disagree with them, they attack you. The Ravens lost their defensive coordinator, who is now the head coach of Seattle. They lost their corners and safeties, who is now my defensive coordinator. And they may have lost a few others. But at the same time, you've lost key players. You've lost some coaches that everybody liked. And you think you're going to look the same? Damn it, is the sky pink? Is the sky pink? No football team looks the exact same from year in to year out. And if you're able to run it back and keep all your players, you've mastered it. And the only team that's been close to doing that since the Patriots dynasty little thing is the Chiefs. And even then, they got to get rid of key pieces too. They had to offload Tyreek Hill. They had to trade L'Jarius Sneed. Teams change. And most people can understand that with 2 working ears and a working brain. Ravens fans don't. Or they understand that and they refuse to acknowledge it. That's why I can't stand them. And that's why I hope they lose 12 games. I hope they lose 10. I'm not even finna say 12. They should lose the same amount of games that I lost last year. 10. Because y'all are unrealistic. Y'all have unrealistically high expectations. For me. I like to temper mine. I said that my team is going to be second or third. We're not going to be the last in the division. I think the Colts will do that. We might be behind Jacksonville, and we're definitely going to be behind Houston until we get it together, right? I will admit that. Shoot. But we're not going to be third, considering all of the moves that the teams in the AFC South have made. We're going to be second to third, not third to fucking fourth. That was a bad word. Oops. But we're not going to be third to fourth. And when you account for certain types of Ravens fans, now I feel like I'm just going to go on a Ravens fan rant. Bear with me, because I got some things to get off my chest about them little buggers. They don't listen. They're hard-headed. You can't call them out on what they say because they get their feelings hurt. And anytime you criticize Lamar, they act like that you're attacking them, and it's just their heart hurts so bad. And all they do is wear purple and kiss Lamar Jackson's ass. And not paying attention to anything else. First of all, Lamar has enough people to kiss his butt. He don't need y'all to do it for him. Look, especially the ones that like to go off on me when I make a point. I don't know, he don't support me. He don't even damn like me. But if it comes across his damn screen, you know exactly who the hell you are. Kick rocks. Yeah. Now I'm just ranting, and that's usually my cue that it's time to go. Oh, it's not time to go. It's time to talk about the Lakers. Let me get my... Let's talk about the Lakers. Because they make me mad. Now, I will say, I was on the fire Darvin Ham train. Because I knew he needed to go. But they shouldn't have fired him if they didn't know who was going to replace him. Now we're looking like dysfunctional franchise of the goddamn year and like Bozo the goddamn clown because we don't have a head coach. Now, why did Darvin Ham get fired? Well, his lineup stink. He failed to make adjustments in key points of the moments in some games. Let's see. Clearly, I would say Anthony Davis got that man fired from what he said in the playoffs, but it was before that. It was way before that. So, and then you have D'Angelo Russell. Now, I've heard rumors, right, that Mike Brown and Sacramento extensions conversation has been stalling due to maybe lack of playoff success. Sacramento, if y'all don't want them, I'll take them. Because one thing Mike Brown will do is eliminate D'Angelo Russell and his goddamn selective defense. He's not going to let D'Angelo Russell slide with the stuff he do. And he's probably not going to let Bron and AD run all over him either. Actually, I know he's not, because LeBron likes that man. And if he's a free agent like Rich Paul and his mouthy ass keeps saying, bye. Out of the purple and gold. Because the LeBron experience, I'm grateful for the championship that I've gotten from him. But it brings out so much foolishness from this franchise fans, from the Bron sexuals who act like LeBron can't do nothing wrong, and from the goddamn other players. Headache. Build around Anthony Davis. I'm tired of LeBron James. And for the Lakers, I understand that, but LeBron is not going to be there for forever. If he is a free agent like Rich Paul keeps opening his mouth to say that he is, get him up off my team. Let him go play with Bronny. Don't draft Bronny. If I'm the Lakers, I am not choosing my next head coach because of LeBron. I'm choosing him if anybody has a right say so, it'll be Anthony Davis, not LeBron James. Anthony Davis earned the right this year to have a say so who coaches that team. And whoever is the next coach, please get rid of Taurean Prince, D'Angelo Russell, Cam Reddish, Christian Wood. You know, Miami, I know Miami could have used the Gabe Vincent. Disrespectfully, take him back. Now. Take Gabe Vincent injured self back now. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and get up out of here. But if you liked anything that I heard, feel free to subscribe, follow us. I have a YouTube, I have a Twitter, I have a Facebook, I have an Instagram. Follow me on, I sound very country. Follow me on YouTube, Jory Sports Stories. Same thing as my Facebook page. My Instagram is JDS_Sports Stories. My Twitter is Jory Stories. And I forgot. But click the link in either the description or in one of like the little bios or whatnot. There should be a link for everywhere that you can find Jory Sports Stories. I am going to update the audio podcast sometime this week. It might be an hours long of an episode. I will be back this weekend. You're going to catch me over on Integrity Sports Network, over on Hoop Dreams and Touchdown Cleans this Saturday. And I'm definitely going to get some videos out. If not long-form videos, short-form videos, I'm definitely going to get like a short or two out. But you'll hear from me, more from me. I'm back. And in the meantime, in between time, stay grounded, stay blessed, stay safe, keep cool. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And leave people the hell alone. Y'all have a